Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to another episode of Align Your Energy with Joy and Abundance. Today's episode, I'm really excited to share with you about how you can start healing your own body and healing your own life. So first, I will tell you a little bit about a story and a journey of how I've come to heal my own body and believe that it is truly possible. So much science and research has gone there, but until you've actually experienced it and tried it yourself, we can be quite skeptical. I know I was. So in August 2020, I graduated with my level 1 Reiki. So I've been on this natural healing my body journey for just over 3 years now. And I want you to know that it is truly possible to lead the life you're truly designed to be able to heal. So August 2020, did my level 1, and when we learned about Reiki and the energy healing, there was a whole big massive story about how I actually got there. I had a really down, hit the bottom, rock bottom moment probably a couple of weeks before then, when we're postnatal depression, anxiety, panic attacks, you name it, all of it, and trying to cope then was a real struggle, like the day-to-day struggles of looking after 4 young children and navigating all of that. My life had kind of hit rock bottom and I couldn't see any way out. And in those moments when it had hit bottom, Dave said, why don't you try some meditation? We put on Gaia. We went through a whole bunch of Joe Dispenza's videos about being able, the science of belief. And so I started putting on some meditations. And one day in this meditation, the word Reiki, R-E-I-K-I, flashed in my mind, and I had no idea what Reiki was. And I was like, okay, it's flashed, it's obviously come for a reason. And up until then, I hadn't really had many visuals. I'd had some ancient Egyptian visuals, and I didn't realize through meditations that you could have those deep visuals and that they can connect to meanings. So anyway, the word Reiki, and so I mentioned it to Dave the next day, thinking, oh gosh, this is like so woo-woo, this is so bizarre. But I mentioned it to him and he's like, I know just the place. So he had met a friend through a healer of all, and they were looking to fill one more spot on a Reiki course. And so there and then I signed up. I know Dave's mum helped me pay for the course, and I was like, okay, let's just do this. First time in my life. And I was like, okay. And so I was like really excited, really intrigued. It kind of felt like going from rock bottom, that there was hope. There was that little smidge of hope. And so I went to this course and not knowing what it was, just knowing it was energy healing and not knowing how it would change my life. Through the course, we were handed this booklet. We're attuned to the Reiki energy and the attunement, and it clears blockages. It allows universal life energy to be able to flow through you again, to heal your body. Sometimes we need that little bit of a kickstart. So my focus on level 1 is focus on you to be able to heal yourself. And I was absolutely intrigued. So for me, when I give Reiki to others and to myself, it feels like a magnet. I can feel the energy, and sometimes it feels like energy is being sucked through me, through my hand, and it's quite magnetic. So if I can go down my body and I can feel where it's needed, so if it's out here, it's that emotional body. So we have our mental, our emotional, physical, spiritual bodies, even though we cannot see them. So where I was really excited is I started kind of like every day, a wee bit addicted. Oh, I wonder where I need Reiki today. And I could feel it. And then in the booklet, it would go through the chakras and the main ones, and it would discuss what it may mean for you. So, for example, my pelvis had, if you've been following me for a wee while, you know, around that time with our 4th pregnancy, I had really beautiful, 4 big beautiful babies. They were big. My pelvis gave out on our 4th. They were very close together and nothing had worked contraception wise, and it was a struggle because it just went from one to the other and my body, my pelvis gave out, like that foundation. And then, so the second chakra is your one-on-one relationships. It's all about holding energy related to, say, sex and your interpersonal power and money. Is that kind of sacral. That's your second chakra. You've got your root and then you've got your sacral. And it's all about your relationships and addictions. And so in that area, you lose power. In that area, you lose energy if you're trying to control or dictate relationships. If you are having fears, if you have any fears about making or keeping money, at that time, once I learned that, I was like, that makes so much sense, because at that time with the 4 pregnancies, my pelvis giving out, Dave had to stop work and look after myself and the children. And we struggled financially. And then when I learned about the pelvis and fueling fears of money, I've done a lot of work around those limiting beliefs and feeling secure over this last year. And you can also lose energy here if you hold any sort of unresolved conflict to do with your sexuality, all in that area there. And then I learned that the way to balance this is when you nurture supportive relationships. One of my biggest affirmations and something I've been working on this year is that I am supported. I see evidence of support every single place I go. I see evidence of support around with my family, with my friends. I see it. And I had to really work that I felt supported. And I kind of grew up, which stems from a lot from my parents. My mum had to do a lot around the home. Dad was diagnosed with kidney failure quite early on when my sister was born. And so she had to all of a sudden look after her partner and then a newborn and me. I was 7 at the time. And so there was a lot of that element of, kind of needing to do it all. And I guess those sorts of thoughts and feelings and energy growing up, that became my mantra, and that became my belief system as well. And it isn't until like this year that I've been able to really unpack it and support and say, okay, I am supported, I'm well and truly supported, I see evidence of support everywhere. So when you're able to start seeing that, you're also letting go of any sexual traumas. This one can be a really big one. So being able to let go of it, knowing that you are still now safe, and being able to give up any sort of addictions. So a lot of it comes back down to all this work here, and your energetics and your own healing takes us back to our own ownership and our part in it. How is it that we've created this in a way? And being able to know things like our thoughts are creating our reality. So our outer world reflects our inner world. So if we're not feeling worthy of things, if we're not feeling supported or stable or safe, we can then attract in those experiences that our soul needs in order to be able to know the opposite of what we truly desire and what we truly want. So that aside, the healing, I had a lot of healing. For me, I had a lot of healing around sexual trauma as well, and being able to take certain ownership and even acceptance of what had happened. Not saying it's my fault at all. It's more of what had happened and what can I learn from it? What could this experience teach me? and being able to then accept it and move on from it so it does not continue to hold me there and affect further relationships. Then, so there's so much with the healing, and for my own healing, those of you who follow me know that moon cycles are a big part. So every single moon cycle has 8 phases, and I go through and I figure out what it is through journal prompts. I shared it on the last podcast. One of the books that I really love is Lunar Living by Kirsty Gallagher, and it's covering all 8 phases of the moon, and with the journal prompts to kind of check in to see where you're at, and working out where, say, self-sabotage is coming or self-doubt is coming in, any sort of limiting beliefs. Each time you work on these journal prompts through the moon cycle, the more it yields insights into you, insights into what you're thinking, your belief systems. That's where moon magic is so incredibly powerful. So I started taking full ownership of my choices and accepting things that I could not change. Ownerships of my body. If I had pain, I would ask my body, okay, what is it telling me? Louise Hay's work is absolutely fabulous for this. So Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life, her book then goes through any sort of elements of where you may be holding trauma, you may be holding, for an example, I've got the book right here. It's daily work. For example, allergies could be, who are you allergic to? Denying your own power. So then you change the affirmation around to the world is safe and friendly. I am safe. I am at peace with life. So being able to purposely and intentionally start creating the thoughts and the life that you truly desire goes really, really deep down. And the more you know yourself, the more you can work out the limiting beliefs or patterns or habits that are not serving your highest good and not helping you be who you want to be or where you want to go. And so the resources for today's one is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Another great resource is Joe Dispenza's Becoming Supernatural. His work is absolutely incredible. They're the first episodes of Gaia that I started watching, and then Matthias De Stefano, and more about meditation. So I started meditating, and then Reiki and Louise Hay's work all came up. And all of these over the 3 years, that's when I figured, I can actually heal my body. Every time, say I've got an ache or a pain, I think, because everything, absolutely everything starts energetically. It starts with a thought. That thought creates the energy, and if the more emotion that is behind that thought, the faster it will create. For example, if you're creating, I can't remember which, the thought has just gone. But every thought creates something, that's right. So, for example, ankle pain. I had ankle pain on my right hand side, so that's moving forward. That's that support, and it is. And so I started changing it. It is safe to move forward. It is safe to change directions from nursing to natural health, and being able to look up, say, the spiritual meaning. If you've got pain anywhere or a diagnosis, you can look up the spiritual and the energetic meaning behind that, and start exploring what it means for you, where it is that you could be stuck. Another one is you can come to me for a Reiki session. So where I feel that you need energy, that your body, remember it's not me, it's the universal Reiki energy healing. It comes through me to you. So I'm a clear channel for you. I can just feel and I can give you insight into your body if you're not quite sure where these limiting beliefs or where you're kind of stuck. Sometimes there could be a lot going on here that we haven't been able to really stop and process and think. or we haven't been able to really get in touch with our intuition, our inner knowing. Because once your energy is back all in here to help heal your body, that's when you'll start enhancing your intuition and actually knowing how you can heal your own body, because it is within you. And so through a Reiki session, the energy will come through. I can feel where the energy is sucked in, where your body draws in the energy. And then we can have a discussion and any insights into where you're holding any sort of past beliefs or emotions, or if where you are losing the energy. For example, say in your heart chakra, it could be holding on to resentments and not forgiving, or not allowing other people to fully love, and not being open, or not loving others, and allowing past negative experiences to limit your choices. And so it's like that deep dive into your subconscious, and it's a way to be able to just bring to light what it is that you truly desire. It comes forward. So yes, you truly can heal your own body and heal your own life. And if you ever have any questions, want to know a little bit more, look those up. Louise Hayes and Joe Dispenza, they're fantastic resources, and you can also book in a session with me to discuss any of it really and see where you are. I have clients that come in too that just want to kickstart in their own healing, the energy that you have lost through giving power away or not speaking. The Reiki energy healing gives it back to your body, and your body can absorb all that it needs in that session, exactly what it's needing, and then you're able to start moving forward. So 2 to 3 Reiki sessions, absolutely perfect, brings it all back in, and then it helps you be able to then move into the life that you truly desire. It helps give your body that kickstart in healing, because you can heal your own life, you can heal your own body. It is so wonderful. Our bodies are absolutely incredible. They know exactly what they need. And it's whether we believe it or whether we are taking ownership, if we're accepting and we're able to take that time just for us. So I hope that was helpful. Any questions, please let me know, and I'll be happy to help. Mwah. Have a fabulous day.